I just want to spend a second talking about movement and how the brain coordinates all the joints in our body as we move through space. Because in the fitness industry right now, there is this kind of philosophy that certain muscles are weak almost for no apparent reason. Like there's a muscle on the hip that has been told that we're all weak in. And so we do everything we can to try and strengthen it in certain ways. But what if the unconscious mind is trying to create a strategy so that the body has to move around maybe previous experiences, injuries, surgeries, trauma? What if the brain is trying to, like the navigation app on your phone, find the most efficient means of moving, but around detours and roadblocks and construction zones? And so we go off of the most efficient pathway to find the next best way of doing something. And over time, that becomes just a normalized way of moving, regardless of what the traffic conditions are today. So what if, just for the sake of it, somebody comes in and 10 years ago, they were skiing down the mountain and they wiped out and they wrenched their knee something awful. And maybe the injury healed up, maybe they needed surgery, or maybe they went through some type of rehabilitation program. But nonetheless, that brain is trying to protect that injured site even to this day. And the way it does it is by maybe shifting the body in a certain place that requires certain muscles to not work quite so hard. Because if they did, it would put the body in a position that may be traumatic for that knee and potentially threatening for the brain in terms of how we move. So what if we kind of thought of it in that respect, where there is this system inside of us that's trying to manage the mass of our body in the best way it can? So what we might want to do is, rather than picking on one muscle that isn't turned on or weak or whatever you want to call it, but we actually got the joints to behave in a proper manner, a proper timing pattern, a proper sequence, so that we can get back onto the main road and start to move with more efficiency. That would mean that the other muscles that you don't know are weak or inhibited or not turning on, or however you want to say it, the ones that you have no idea about because you're only focusing on one muscle out of 600 plus, maybe those other muscles start to come on and they start to be excited like they used to be. And old patterns before injuries start to be revisited. And the next thing you know, we just don't have to focus on one specific muscle to try and turn it on, only for it to shut off a day or two later because we didn't really get to the root cause of it. So just a little diatribe here. You call me, I don't know, a Charlie Weingroff or Mike Boyle kind of wannabe, I'm not sure. But I just have a problem when people come in and say, oh, I've been told that I have a weak fill in the blank. I'm just thinking that that's the brain's solution around something that we're not focusing on. So when it comes to weak muscles, yeah, we can do some strength training. But if the nervous system is trying to prevent certain muscles from participating as much, we might want to look just a little bit deeper.